There we go. Let's see if we can do this at once. So on the screen, I have a URL that's pulled in from a web server that's actually running local as this MacHTTP-JS console. And it is actually pointing to a folder on my Mac, user/user documents/web. In that folder, I have the files that we are serving up from the web service. We've made a copy of some files that were created for the project and stored up on GitHub. We're able to replicate those files. I created a folder for bduck, and the reason I did that is I needed to take the files that were initially created and modify them so that they would show up within my SCORM Cloud account. So my SCORM Cloud account is here. At this point, I can do a spacebar, and I'll hit refresh, and we should see that we have a spacebar event that happened. So the next step is to see within the camera that I've got this MakeyMakey board working. First, we have the ground wired into our ping pong ball example. So our ping pong response board is wired into the down arrow. You can see the green light flash. So at this point, we're going to send a up arrow signal from the ping pong ball board. Check that. At this point, we're going to send a down arrow from the ping pong ball response board. There we have a green light go. We'll hit refresh, and we've seen that we've got 3 of them. So part of the challenge in the MakeyMakey universe is that our coding does not block out multiple signals from being received. So we're currently transmitting all signals that are sent. So a long touch is actually multiple clicks of a response on the ping pong ball board. One of the ways around that is using these solid state buttons. One of the advantages to using these pre-made buttons is that they are actually configured to only send a single response. So this unit, the ground wire is gray, the green wire is actually going to the up arrow. So we should be able to see when I press the blue button. I want to make sure the web page is located at the front, and we get a single button push. So at this point, we're going to take a look at the responses that we've got in the LRS. We're going to scroll a little bit and hit refresh. This gives us the difference. The 3 down arrows and a single up arrow is telling us that we've received the feedback from the unit. So the other thing I wanted to show now is we have both units working. We can take a look at the software that we built. In the past, we built this MakeyMakey standalone app. This allows us to validate through clicking that the MakeyMakey unit is actually working. Again, I can click on the software and make sure we're sending those responses to the screen. I can also test via our physical button and make sure I'm getting a response on the screen in the MakeyMakey app. And then our next level of the project is actually to combine these. So we've got the web page with the embedded JavaScript libraries. It is actually sending statements back to our LRS. In this application, we've actually combined the two. Up above, we have the web browser. Down below, we have the MakeyMakey app. Again, if I'm hovering over the MakeyMakey app section, I can trigger an up arrow by using our blue button here for a button click. I can come up into the browser, and actually at this point I want to test but I'm thinking that is actually being trapped by the MakeyMakey button. So I want to come over here and activate the browser by clicking on it. And I'm going to send another up arrow by hitting the blue button. And then we have one up arrow statement. When I hit refresh, we should have two up arrow statements. So at this stage in the development of the application, we really have two different sections that are active, either one or the other. And I'm having to do more research and work out what it will take to pass the messages between the two modes so that they will be working together. It wouldn't matter whether or not I was physically clicking on the screen items here as a user interface, or if I was sending the MakeyMakey signals by pressing the physical button or using our ping pong ball prototype. Again, I can go back, rewire, or actually I won't even rewire, I'll just short, by touching these, holding the wire, I'm sending that other signal back to the unit. So I've just sent that 3 times. Again, our MakeyMakey board software is actually configured to send a click with that. So I'm realizing I've sent those messages to the MakeyMakey part of the software. And I need to perform it again without hearing the click. That tells me that it's actually sent the statement on to the LRS. So now I have a down arrow that validates that premise that I sent 3 of those ping pong ball response board messages to the MakeyMakey section of the software, and then I sent 1 through the web browser out to the LRS. So that's the current state of the project. Thanks for your time.